In today's short video, I'm going to speak about the need for you to consider who you're going to pick as dissertation supervisor. You'll have a lot of options, but you really need to consider the right one. Reasons being, it reduces conflict. If you have the right person, it saves a lot of arguments, because you're going to spend a lot of time around this person. And if this supervisor is really unbearable, has a horrible personality, it can cause a lot of stress as well. And also, you need to see the bigger picture. If you have a supervisor that really cares about you, they can actually help you get a job when you finish as well. Okay, so firstly, you need to think about your personality of the supervisor when you're picking them. You want someone that makes you feel comfortable, and you want someone that actually cares about your well-being, because as I've mentioned, this is 7 months where it's going to be really, really stressful. So you want someone that actually knows how you feel and cares. What you don't want is a supervisor that makes you feel stupid and someone that makes you feel awkward. You have to remember, this is the first time you've done research probably. You will ask a lot of questions where, in your head, you might feel it's a silly question. You need to be around someone that makes you feel at ease when you're asking those sort of questions. Secondly, you need to consider the work ethic of the supervisor. Now, not for 1 second am I suggesting the supervisor holds your hand, does all the work, but it is a two-way street. So you want a supervisor that responds well to your emails. What does respond well mean? In my head, someone that responds within 24, 48 hours. And you want someone that gives you a lot of feedback as well. They're not just kind of giving you the bare minimum, which some supervisors will do. They can be very slow to respond. Each email, it could be 4 or 5 days. You don't really meet the supervisor because they're not making much effort to talk to you. And as mentioned, they're just doing the bare minimum when they're looking at your work. You want to think about the connections as well. You need to be very coy about this and think about, well, where can this supervisor take me beyond the dissertation? Most students don't think this. You really should. You want a supervisor that cares about employability. Not every lecturer will. Some are madly into it. I'm doing videos on this all the time, so I clearly do care, but not every lecturer will. You need to find the right one. You also want someone who's got links. So it's all well and good as someone that cares and does care about employability, but if they can't actually help you the next step, how useful was that person to you? So what are these links? They can be postgraduate studies, a lot of master's studies that are done at universities where there's a bursary. Quite often, they might just pick someone from within. They might advertise it, but they might have someone in mind from that university. That person could be you because you've had a good relationship over the past 7 months with that supervisor. Could be internships, could be jobs as well. So I can't stress enough, speak about your aspirations. When you go for your meetings with your supervisor, yeah, of course, your dissertation, that is the short term. You need to get that grade, you need to move on with your life. Think about your career though. That dissertation will be over. There'll be times where you don't think it's going to end because it's so stressful, but it'll be over and you got to get a job. So you need to make sure you're also speaking about your future with not just your supervisor, but other lecturers as well. Okay, so that was my short video on choosing the right supervisor. I've had plenty of supervisors, and I really do understand the benefit of having a good one. So I do recommend you speak to me more about this. So subscribe to the channel. I'll do more videos about supervisors, but also speak to me one-to-one as well. Sports Science Hacks on Instagram. We can chat further, and I can give you some of my experiences with really good supervisors and maybe some bad ones as well. Okay, thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next video.